Illusion of space. I think a lot of artists that do color field painting use this. I've seen it. I think I have an example here. Yes. For example, here, this red line is more outstanding. It contrasts this black and this blue, and it looks to it. You can almost say that it's closer to you. Why? Because it's more saturated. Not necessarily because it's brighter, because it has more light. No, it's because it's more saturated. So if I were to say which one's closer, I'd say this is closer than this one, than that one. Not necessarily this one. It depends on the saturation. So in older paintings, whenever you would have the background, let's say you have mountains, the farther the mountains would go, the more desaturated it would get. So it would start with a nice bright blue, and then the farther it gets more into a desaturated light or dark blue. Here also you see this desaturated purple and then this big red mark there. That really saturated red makes it look like it's closer. So cool tones recede and warm colors look like they're coming out at you. So in this one, I chose this one because I think it's a good example of showing how she's using these warm colors in these dark areas, how these warm colors are where the shadows would be, and the bright colors are the ones where the light is hitting. So if you were to look at this painting and you were to Photoshop it, and let's say you make it into grayscale, all of this is gray. How do you know where's the light and where's the dark? Not necessarily just because it's purple, not necessarily just because it's red. So red and green are like the middle gray. The purples would have the darker grays, almost black. The yellows would have the lighter grays. And so red and green are the ones right in the middle, because red and green have the same value on a value scale, a gray scale. They would have the same value. So red and green would be in the middle. This one too. This one's done by Monet. I just chose this one because right here where the shadows are, he uses the blue, the cool colors for shadows, and the light colors where the sun is hitting. Influence of light. When you're going to show your art in a gallery or show your art anywhere for that matter, you have to think about how much light you're gonna have, what kind of light, the bias, the undertone, I guess, of the light. For example, incandescent, the ones we usually have at home are warmer colors. So let's say you have a painting of a blue sea. It's gonna look pretty ugly if you have a light that is very warm, because the warm light is like an orangey, a yellow. You put that together with the green, with the blue, it's gonna turn out looking more like a desaturated green, something like that. You can see right here how it starts, you start not, like you're not able to perceive the color as well when it's not lighted. So you have to match the colors of the light with the colors of your painting, the colors of your drawing, or whatever. Color unity. Going back to the undertones of the painting, of your paints, of your colors that you choose. One way to unite your colors to make it look like it's all unified is doing monochromatic colors. Monochromatic paintings or pieces can be either just one hue using a variation of blue, dark blue, light blue, or it can also be extending your palette by using all the colors you want, but make sure, like let's say you want to use blue as a basic color. You add that blue to the rest of your palette. So you're using orange, yellow, and red. You add blue to all of those, and now your whole piece is unified. We also have analogous hues, which is colors adjacent to each other. So like orange, red, yellow, they're all adjacent to each other. And triadic hues using any three equidistant colors. So on the color wheel, like you would have red, blue, and yellow. Those are the primary colors. They're all equally distant on the color wheel. Or let's say you wanted to use red, orange, that would be blue, green, and yellow, green, or blue, violet, and yellow, green. So anything that's literally makes a triangle on the color wheel. So here's variations of blue: light blue, dark blue, very dark blue, medium blue. And this one's also monochromatic just because this person added blue, like a grayish blue, to all of the palette. Even in the yellow, you can see how it's desaturated by blue. Analogous, just red and orange. This is actually a sculpture. Here's another analogous. It's purple and blues, variations of purples and blues. And then this one's a triadic using red, yellow, and blue.